So last week I talked about the power of saying sacred no. Today I want to talk about protecting the light within. You see, light or your vibration, it speaks louder than your words. Your energy introduces you before you even speak. So you want to keep it clear and you want to keep it sacred. When you walk into a room, I don't know if you realize it, but your energy is preceding you and people are feeling that energy. Doesn't matter what you say, it matters the energy you're projecting. That's true in every situation. So let's look at what is the theme and the core idea that I want to talk and present to you today. The theme is maintaining spiritual energy after reclaiming it. That's right. We understand we have spiritual energy, and now we've reclaimed it, so how do we maintain it? The core idea I want to talk about is awareness alone isn't enough. We must actively steward our vibration. Key statement: energy is sacred currency. How we spend it determines our experience. I talked about that a little bit last week. Do you want to spend your spiritual currency on putting more hair on the top of your head? Or do you want to become more aware and have a greater experience and deeper experience of life? You see, your energy is your currency, and where you focus your energy becomes your experience. So let's look at this thing called energy, and let's look at it as far as sacred currency. Every thought, every emotion, every choice either expands or drains energy. Just take a moment and pause. Think about thoughts you may have had. Was it expansive or was it constrictive? If it's fear-based, it's going to be constrictive. If it's growth-based, man, that's good. That, you know, is going to expand your energy. And realize that your field of energy, your thought atmosphere, so to speak, is the sum of your consciousness up to this point. It's the sum of your level of awareness of the truth of who you are. You are the divine expressing. Chances are you don't know that. You think you're your body. You think you're your thoughts. You think you're your emotions. And that's the field of energy. But there's so much bigger field. You see, your awareness, our awareness without stewardship equals potential without power. That's the key thing. You've got to be the one that consciously chooses how to use your energy. So how do we get these energy leaks? How does energy leak through us? Well, first, there are subtle habits that drain our spirit. Realize that almost your entire life is being driven by habits. And you may have habits of thinking, I'm not enough. It could result from the fact when you were in kindergarten and the teacher asked you to do something and you didn't do it because you were too involved with play, and she said, you're lazy. And that got imprinted in your subconscious mind, and you have a subtle habit of expressing laziness, and that drains your ability to expand and grow. You may have a subtle habit of worry. That's imagination that's turned against you. It's feeding fear instead of faith. My parents always worried about money. So I had to stop that. I had to change that habit, because at first I worried about money a lot. I don't worry about money now. I understand the universe is my playground and there's always more than enough in the universe, and it demonstrates in my life. Here's a big habit, a subtle one that we don't even think about that's draining us completely: gossip. Realize right now that 90% of what people talk about is gossip or complaining. And gossip is merely trading energy with others through judgment. So if you're gossiping, you're in the opposite state of love, because in gossip, judgment reigns supreme. In love, judgment does not exist. And again, another one is comparison. It's a silent thief of gratitude and self-worth. It's been said, I don't know who said it, but Judgment or comparison is the death of joy. Just picture this. You're out there, you bought a brand new car. Let's just assume it's a brand new Honda Accord hybrid, and you're juiced by it. You're driving along, it's quiet, it's comfortable, it fits your finances, everything about it's great. And all of a sudden a Bentley drives by, and you compare the Honda to the Bentley. You've just killed your joy. It stole your gratitude that you were able to get the car that you truly wanted, and it's diminished your self-worth just by a simple mental comparison. You see, every time we compare our own light to others, we dim our own. I would look at you and say this: never, ever, ever compare yourself to someone else, because everyone's unique, everyone's different. You can't compare uniqueness to uniqueness and expect to come away feeling good. So what is the cost of these energy leaks that we're talking about here? Well, the first one is spiritual fatigue and emotional heaviness. Yeah, your emotions are going to become really heavy, very dark, worry, and all of that. And you're not going to be connected to Source because you're not living in Source. Also, this leak, it disconnects you from joy, and it disconnects you from your intuition. You're going to be feeling off even when life looks fine. Man, think about that. Our habits that are leaking this energy are causing us our misery and our suffering. You see, what we leak energetically, we eventually feel physically. Can't separate the two. If you're not leaking energetically and you're protecting your energy, man, you're going to feel great physically. So what kind of daily spiritual hygiene can we do? 1, stillness. Stop broadcasting. Start receiving. Be still and know the I am. Be still and witness what's happening around you. Be still and come out of judgment. Grounding. Reconnect to the earth. Stability restores clarity. Go outside, walk in the grass, be in the sunlight. These are what we should do. Stop scrolling on your social media. Connect with the earth. Laugh. Why? Because laughter breaks up stagnant energy. And joy, my friends, is sacred medicine. I can't tell you how many times a day I like to laugh. And I do it consciously. People say, well, Lee, you're in the middle of something serious, and then you bring up laughter. And I said, we're making it all up. Whether it's serious or not serious, we're making it up. It's a figment of our own imagination, our own mind. Why not laugh at it? Another spiritual hygiene, breathe. The bridge between spirit and body is your breath. One conscious breath, deep and full, can reset everything. If you're feeling stress, take some conscious deep breaths. Feel that breath come through you and you'll be nourished by it. I love doing Wim Hof breathing, 11 minutes. Man, oh man, oh man, it changes everything about me. Another thing we can do is we can ask this question: is this energy mine? We have to distinguish between what's ours and what's borrowed energy. Because sometimes there's a lot of people out there that claim this to be an empath. What does an empath do? They take energy from other people. And it may not, and most of the time it's not good energy. So you got to distinguish, is this my energy or am I borrowing it, and why am I doing that? You see, sudden heaviness or anxiety, that equals borrowed energy. It's not yours. Your natural energy is joy. It has this borrowed energy. It has a personal story, but it's not your story. You see, your story is whatever you make it up to be. We have to stop taking other people's stories on. Borrowed energy, is it vague or foreign? Then if it is, release it. Don't take on the energy of politics. Don't take on the energy of news. Those are foreign. Don't take on the energy of what's happening around the world. You can't do anything about it. Release it. Learn to practice. If this energy isn't mine, I release it with love. What does that mean? I release it with non-judgment. I'm simply making a declaration. It is not mine. So what are some tools to be stewards of this sacred energy? Visualize golden light. Imagine golden light radiating from your heart each morning. Visualize it coming out from your heart, moving into all the cells of your body, and then moving out beyond your body, building a force field that precedes you. Intend only love and truth may enter that field. In other words, you've created a force field. You've created a cocoon of love, a golden light cocoon of love. And you get to decide what you will let in and what you don't let in. Also, do an energy check-in. Ask, where's my energy now? Am I in love, in joy, in peace, or am I fear, anxiety, jealousy? You see, expansion equals alignment. It means you're aligned with spirit and you're aligned with what values most to do, what most values to you. Contradiction, when you're in conflict with what you value most, when you're in conflict with your truths, that equals misalignment. Not a good thing. Another spiritual tool, nightly clearing. Before you go to bed, release the day's bad energy in violet light. Just see the bad energy, see a violet light surround that energy, and gently just release it. Let it go. Send gratitude to everything in your life. And that will help you reclaim your power because you're grateful for everything. Why protecting your light matters? Well, pretty simple. Spirit asks us to protect our energy, not our fear, not out of fear, but out of reverence. And that's really the key thing. You're being reverent with the sacredness of who you are. You're not going to be doing it out of fear. Clear energy sharpens our intuition, and it amplifies and it expedites our manifestation. So you want to be really clear about the energy you're broadcasting. And you want to be really clear about listening to the energy that's coming to you. You see, this is the continuation of boundary work at the energetic level. We talked about saying no and establishing boundaries. Well, this is doing it at the energetic level. And we do set boundaries. You see, awareness keeps the door open, but our practice, our daily spiritual practice, it keeps it clean. So how do we live as light? A clear field is a healing field. Don't have regrets. Don't have worry. Don't have, I made this mistake. No, clear that field. Your presence, the energy that you are, becomes your prayer. You become a vibration, and that vibration is heard by the universe and it attracts to you. Remember this, you don't need to fix anything. You need to simply radiate the new energy. Don't try to fix what went wrong. Radiate a new energy. That new energy will cause a new experience, and what you think needs to be fixed will disappear into the nothingness. So as we close with this talk, I want you to remember, practice being deliberate with your attention. Protect your peace at all costs without apology. And steward your light as the divine inheritance that it is. You've been given this divine light. How you use it is your business and nobody else's. So, remember this. When your energy is clear, your soul speaks effortlessly. And so with that, I've also got some affirmations for you to help you reshift your focus. The first one is, my energy is sacred and powerful. I consciously release what isn't mine. I fill my being with peace, love and light. I protect the divine radiance that flows through me. I love that. I protect the divinity that's flowing through me. You see, protecting your energy, it's not selfish. It's how spirit shines through you. And how it shines through you is the most beautiful light you can ever imagine.